Damien Vasquez in the front of me, young 18-year-old upcoming champion. Behind him, Oscar Vasquez, his father. You know, guys, we were in camp with you here at Vegas. There was supposed to be a really big fight for you coming up recently in Detroit against Lorenzo Trejo. The fight didn't go through. Could you guys kind of tell me, shed some insight on what's going on?
You know, it all boiled down to the fact of, you know, the poor commendations that we had down there, you know, concerning the promoter and stuff like that. But, you know, we don't want to really go into detail in the situation because, you know, we were happy with Antonio Gates. He's a good guy, you know what I mean? But the thing is, the way we see it is that he's so much focused and dedicated to football. You know, I don't think he really actually knows what's really going on or in his promoting company. And the thing is that he got a few people working and running his promote company that, you know, they know very, very little. They're limited about the boxing business, and it's just, and to me, it was just like, maybe, you know, this is not the right place for us to be, you know what I mean, and what we want to do with Damien's career. Okay.
Now, looking back at it, you are now 7-0. You had some good fights under Antonio Gates. You're looking at the next kind of phase of your career. What do you feel you have learned so far in your young, early professional career, Damien?
My younger career, in the beginning of my career, you know, I was being put in there with these veterans, and, you know, I was testing my skill level, you know, seeing where my skill was level, and as each per fight, we started stepping up, the opponents stepping up, so, you know, now I'm feeling, you know, ready to, you know, start facing the top 20, top 10 in the world.
So your mindset hasn't changed at all. You still want to go for it, want to take on all these guys. And, you know, Oscar, I was going to ask you, does it kind of just show you kind of how hard the business of boxing really is, that you have to know, cover every dot, every I, every Q?
Yes, especially when you're working with the kids so young, because, you know, even though a fighter, a young kid is so good at technique and everything, has it all, he can do it all in the ring, a complete fighter, you know, you also got to take in consideration his maturity, his bones and his muscle, you know what I mean? Even though that he's got that technique where he's as good as some of these 20, 23 years old, but it's not the same thing when you're comparing, you know, the maturity of the muscles and the bones. You need to really, in order to move somebody, it's like you got to really be under the magnifying glass.
Got you. Now you've actually played such a big role in his career, from overseeing so much matchmaking him, making sure he's been guided right. Has that been hard for you from your end? I mean, what's that process been like for you?
No, it hasn't been hard for me because, you know, I've been managing pro fighters for about 25 years. You know, I promoted boxing 10 years in Mexico. You know, and I fought in the 70s. So you know what I mean. It's not hard for me. You know, I kind of know how to guide my son's career. I've had 4 world champions. I built them from the ground up, you know, to be world champions. So, you know, building the champion it's not new to me. I've been there, I know the road, I know how to get there.
Okay, now let's talk about the future. You know, Damien's 18 years old, he's getting ready to break through. He's a free agent now. What are you guys looking at? Like, what might be the next steps? What are you interested in?
We're really interested in a promoter that's you know, because it's all about the administration, who's going to administrate Damien's career right and take him to where he wants to be at. You know, I think we're ready for the next level. Okay. I think we're ready for anybody in the top 15, top 20 right now.
Okay, now what makes you say that with such confidence?
Why? Because more than anything, it's what Damien's been showing me. And then again, you know, Damien is at a whole different level now that he's been working with Ismael Salas and working with Miguelito Diaz. That, you know, that's why I'm saying we're ready for the next level, man. We're ready for the top 10, top 20 in the world.
Let me ask you, Damien, working with Salas, those guys, you know, you're also around champions like Jorge Linares. It's this great seasoning. I mean, how much do you kind of appreciate that?
Oh, I appreciate it a lot, you know, because sometimes, like, you know, for an instance, one time we had Leonidas was working out together, and we were hitting the mitts together, and, you know, there was times, you know, I was doing something wrong, and I had Leonidas there, you know, he goes, here, you know, this is what you're doing wrong, and he was showing me the right way to do it, you know.
Got you.
And, you know, it's been great because, you know, working with Salas, and, you know, Salas took this kid under his wing, and you know, Salas has trained 18 world champions, you know, he was the head of the Olympic team at the age of 20. He's built Olympic champions, he's built amateur world champions now, and when he when he transitioned himself into the pros, you know, he's at 18 world champions. You know, you can't have better knowledge, better school, better professors, you know, in the game to be teaching.
And are you guys gonna be jumping right back in the gym here soon? Just to
We're in the gym already.
Already in the gym.
We're working next to Tomoki Kimera.
Okay. Oh, you're working with him?
Yeah.
How's that work been? Pretty good?
Good.
All right, well, great stuff. We're going to be checking you guys out in the gym soon. And glad you're a free agent, man. And we'll be looking out for the next news, okay?
Okay.